I know I talk a lot about the highlights of being a BCBA, but I never really get into the lows of this job. So let's just put it all out in one video. The pros and the cons of becoming a BCBA. Hi, I'm Dom, the BCBA mom, and welcome back to my channel. So whether you're considering this as a career path or just curious of what goes on behind the scenes, stick around because we're gonna discuss all of the wonders of being a BCBA, but we're also going to talk about some of the challenges that are inevitable in this field. All the pros and the cons of being a BCBA. We're gonna get into all of that. But before we get started, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, share this video with a friend, and comment down below. I love to engage. All right, let's get right into this video. The pros and cons of being a BCBA. So when we talk about the pros or the benefits of becoming a BCBA, I feel like you can just run back all of my previous Dom, the BCBA mom videos, because I've pretty much listed them all. Flexible work hours, that you can have multiple streams of income, that the opportunity to work with an amazing population, and they just take your heart and just, it's an amazing feeling. The therapy we do and the impact that we have, the relationships that we build, the money that comes along with the job, the respect that comes along with the job, the fact that you actually have a seat at the table when you have a role like this, because people are looking to you for your input. Right now, we are very much in demand, and we have been for some time now. I get emails, text messages. They text me regularly saying, hey, just checking in on you, letting you know we're looking for a BCBA in this area, over here in Utah, over here in Oklahoma, over here in Puerto Rico. I get messages constantly saying that agencies are in need of BCBAs at schools. I'm glad that schools are starting to catch on and saying, hey, we should have a BCBA on staff as well. We are in demand. I get messages daily, and I don't even really check my LinkedIn like that. If I really was checking, So that is a huge benefit to any job, because when you think about longevity and trying to provide for yourself and your family and kind of leave that generational wealth, you want to pick a career where you're going to be in demand for a while. So not to say that this is the field that's safe forever, but for now, this is a great field to be in if you are called to help in that way and provide therapy in that way. Pay is great. Starting off as entry-level BCBA, you can make $75,000, $85,000. Hopefully now, with companies knowing that the cost of living is a lot more, you can maybe even ask for more. If you have some experience, you're taking on clinical director roles, you can ask for 6 figures. And then one of my favorites is you can have multiple streams of income. So I've made many videos about all the streams of income that you can have, or that I've had as a BCBA. I don't have to have all my eggs in one basket. I have tools now that I can make money through residual income. I can make money while I sleep, like through YouTube. Hi YouTube, thank you for subscribing. Get a chance to work with some diverse individuals. So I've had so many different individuals on my caseload. You guys know predominantly I work with adults. I know that's not common in our BCBA, ABA field, but to me, that's really all I've known. My very first job at an undergrad, I worked with adults, and I've been with adults ever since. I dabbled over in home working with kids. I've dabbled here and there just so I can get the experience. I've dabbled in schools. I really enjoy schools. Basically, to say I've gotten a chance to work with an array of demographics, social economic statuses, race, genders, abilities, Work with the deaf and blind population. My deaf client, taught me how to sign while I was her cue, and ever since then I've been on a mission to just kind of increase my ASL. It's just so many benefits. You get a chance to work with some amazing people. They change your life forever. There are clients that I haven't seen in 11 years and I still think about them and some of the things that they used to do and some of the inside jokes we had. And it's just a field that will change your life. It's a science that will change your life. I use behavior analysis on my kids, on my husband, on myself, if I want to change my own behavior. All of these self-help books out here that people are making billions of dollars on, all of it is based in what we know as applied behavior analysis. All of it is based in how to change behavior. So there's so much that we can do with ABA, and that is the ultimate benefit. Knowing what we can do with it and sharing it with others with cultural humility. All right? Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's talk about the cons. Let's talk about the things that can be the most frustrating about this career, this field, this position, this role that we have. Okay? I'm not going on a rant. I'm not jumping on my soapbox. I'm not trying to sway your opinion in any way. I'm letting you know my lived experience, because although and I feel like it's my job to tell you all of it. So let's get into it. So before I did this, I actually wanted to look up what does the word con mean. It's actually a slang word, and it means like to swindle, trick, cheat, rip off. So I'm gonna say the gag is, okay? So when becoming a BCBA, the gag is a lot of these jobs are not full-time. I don't know about you, but most of my jobs have not been full-time. It's been like 30 hours a week, 35 hours a week, max, 28 hours a week, ideal. It's also like, if you don't see your clients, you're not getting paid. So it was more of contractual work. So during the holidays, when folks would cancel sessions, or if I went on vacation, if there was a holiday, if I was sick, if I didn't go to work, I didn't get paid. So when it came to consistency of that money, the consistency sometimes wasn't there. Now, eventually you get into your flow and you get your routine, you get your schedule, and you stick with your schedule, but there is always that option that the individual is not going to be available. Sometimes my clients would go on vacation for the summer, go to Paris, go to Disney World, go wherever, and I can't bill for them because I didn't see them. That affects your money. The opposite of that could be a very heavy caseload, meaning you don't ever have to worry about meeting billable hours. No medical insurance. And this is not every company, but many of the companies I worked at, because I was either a 1099 or a contracted, or I wasn't full-time, or I worked at a very small agency. If they did have medical insurance, it was really expensive because it wasn't a really big agency. So medical insurance has always been an issue for a lot of people in this field, because not a lot of companies offer really great medical insurance packages for BCBAs. Don't know why. That also goes for maternity leave. I don't know a lot of agencies. If your agency offers maternity leave, please comment, shout them out in the comments below, because that is so important. And you want to know why? Because the majority of the field is cis female BCBAs, and most women, either accidentally or on purpose, sometime in their lives, they have babies, and there is no policy set in place What's going to happen when you get pregnant? What's going to happen during that pregnancy? What if you're on bed rest? What if you have a high risk pregnancy? What does that look like for maternity leave? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 weeks? And then when you come back, if you're nursing, if you're pumping, where do you do that? There were times I had to pump in the car on the way to see a client, because I wasn't going to go to the client's house and ask if I can pump. I mean, like, if I was desperate, I would and say, hey, is there a room I can go to? But these things are not, I don't know, you let me know. But they are not always set in place at a company when you are a BCBA. So I think that's something that needs to be talked about. I had a horrible traumatic experience when I came back from work after having my baby, because my environment was not supportive of a working mom. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I was not celebrated because I was a working mom. I was seen as, oh, we gotta take time away from the meeting so she can go nurse. Oh, I hope you close the door behind you. That stuff still pissed me off. Like, to this day, that comment pissed me off, because as mothers, you don't know what we go through to nurse and work, and sometimes we're under so much stress that the milk dries out, and then we feel bad for ourselves that we can't feed our baby. We feel bad that we can't do our job at work. It's a lot. The gag is, this field is not always set up for a woman who wants to start a family. Okay. Another one is having really tough caseloads. So we talked about having really high caseloads, and you just got 40 individuals, but those really tough caseloads where you're getting aggressed towards every single day. Like, I consulted with the house where all the staff had to wear guards on their arms. They had to have shields. They had to have hair up in a ponytail with a guard. Like, they had to come with the armor of compassion, because they still worked with this individual and they did an awesome job with this individual. But they knew at any point they could get hurt. They could get their hair snatched, they can get bit, and there was no clear antecedent. It can be a dangerous job. Have I ever been aggressed towards? Yes, once, maybe twice, but not often. And I am grateful. Like, God has just like kept me in his loving arms, because that's definitely not one of the highlights of the job at all. Sometimes you do have to restrain for the safety of the individual, for the safety of yourself. That is never a good day. To witness it, to be the one to do it, to even witness someone get physically hurt. Like, these are the days that we have sometimes. And we don't really talk about it because, you know, we love our clients. We respect their dignity. And we come back the very next day and we get the job done. You also have to maintain your credentials. So I know we work so hard to get our BCBA and we feel like, we've made it, that's it. That is not it. You have to recertify every 2 years. You have to take 32 hours of continuing education units, CEUs, and you got to put that into the BACB website. They calculate it. You put in your certificates. You pay your money, and you have to re-credential and let them know that you have met those requirements. Don't let that deadline creep up on you and you have not taken your 32 CEUs, which does take quite a bit of time, and upload that information. And so that's something that can be frustrating if you wait until the last minute. But I know you're not going to do that, because I told you in so many videos, we don't wait till the last minute. Even though another con or the gag is working for shady companies or working for companies where there is absolutely no ABA buy-in. Okay? So I don't know if I've worked for a shady company. I've worked for a company that we had to meet unrealistic billable hours, and that was a money grab. But working in an environment where nobody really knows what you are or what you do or why you are here, where there's absolutely no buy-in, is a very it's a very hard environment to work in. You're in a school setting. Some school settings don't know about ABA. So I've worked in a school setting, and sometimes it was hard to get teachers to change what it is that they were doing and to follow this behavior plan, because a behavior plan is what's individualized, and she wants her classroom to look unified. Just working in an environment that doesn't know about ABA, that doesn't foster an environment of autism acceptance, autism awareness. There are some environments that you may be hired to come into, and you are spending most of your time just trying to explain why this is the best approach, and taking data and defending your data, and that can burn you out. I feel like with a lot of jobs, there are benefits and there are frustrations. There are pros, there are cons. For me, if the pros didn't outweigh the cons, I wouldn't be here. I'm just being honest with you. The stress or the burden outweighed the joy that I experienced, I wouldn't be here. Or if I knew I wasn't equipped with the skill set to get through the things that I have to get through on a daily basis, I wouldn't be here. So because I'm here, not only am I showing up every day as a BCBA, but I'm literally getting on camera and telling you guys about it. Like, I'm risking my good name and letting you know, like, it's okay. It's okay over here. Like, come on in. The water's great. Does this science have its flaws? Absolutely. And I didn't even touch into what it's like to be a BCBA as a minority, because as of right now, Black people only make up less than 5% of the field. So we haven't even touched on that. So yes, there are issues within the field, but I love what I do. I knew I was meant to be a therapist. I didn't know what kind of therapist, but I'm glad that this has been my path. I'm glad that I get to share it with you. And continue to comment below. Let's have a conversation. What are some of the pros and cons that you've noticed while on a journey to becoming a BCBA, once you became a BCBA, or while you're, 2, 3, 4 years in the game? Comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. While you're doing that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you get notifications on when I upload new videos, because we know it just keeps getting better. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.